We've seen a lot this week. Obviously, with iOS 14.5 coming out, there was another big feature, as well as app tracking transparency, which was the ability to open your phone while you're wearing a mask using your Apple Watch. Seemed pretty cool, but people have started to get around it as well.
Although you might think the risk is small, you've got to remember that when you turn this on, Apple itself confirms, and let me just get the exact wording here, that any face with a mask is detected while your watch is unlocked or nearby. Face ID will be bypassed. That's what Apple say itself. And this is true, it will be. We're not just talking about Face ID only being able to work if it sees your face or the top half of your face with the bottom half of it covered. No. We're talking about any face. So, as Kate said, her husband's done this. I tried it with my wife. She was down in the kitchen. She put a face mask on with my iPhone. It unlocked up in my office upstairs at the other end of the house. One security researcher I know, his 8-year-old daughter managed to get into his iPhone wearing a mask. Another one, we've got this on video, which you'll see in a minute. Another one used a teddy bear with a mask on. But it gets even better than that. You don't actually need to be wearing a mask, as I discovered today. If you just put your hand over your nose and mouth, it'll still recognise you and it'll unlock. I put a blindfold on, put my hand over my nose and mouth, and it's still unlocked. I mean, this is ridiculous. And what's this for? Let's just remember what this is all for. This is to gain that lost 3 seconds it takes to type a passcode, a PIN into your iPhone. Is that really good use of your security awareness? I don't think so.
So this is kind of the equivalent of when you're in your house, you leave your front door unlocked because what could happen, right? It's hard to see that taking the security down is anything but that. This is interesting. I mean, you can use your Apple Watch to unlock your iMac or your MacBook, and it's great because if you're in one room and somebody knocks the mouse on your desk and you happen to be wearing the Apple Watch, they get into your computer. So the whole proximity use of wearables to unlock normally secure devices is fraught with risk. Strikes me, David, that the advice you're giving this week is it's definitely not worth the risk.
I was an Android user for many years before I switched back to iOS recently. Google has something called Smart Unlock that does much the same thing, but goes much further. It allows you to unlock your Android smartphone depending on where it's located. But of course, anybody else in that location with access to your smartphone could also unlock it if it's paired to a trusted device, which is the closest thing to unlock with Apple Watch. I wouldn't use it. I never used it. I don't think it's worth the trade-off for the slight amount of convenience it gives me compared to the loss of security. Now, I'm not just having a pop at Apple here at all. They've done pretty much all they can, I think, to try and make this as secure as possible. So when somebody unlocks your iPhone with a face mask on, whether it's you or anybody else, your watch on your wrist, and it's got to be on your wrist, you have to have wrist detection enabled, you have to have a passcode enabled on your Apple Watch. You'll get a notification with a haptic buzz as well, feedback. And that notification will tell you that your iPhone's been unlocked. And there's a button there that says lock iPhone. Press that button, your iPhone immediately locks again. But more than that, it can't then be unlocked again until your passcode's entered. So that's good, that's good security. But what bad security is producing this function in the first place for no reason. Nobody needs it. Nobody needs it.
Why not have Touch ID? Or even if we had Touch ID on the Apple Watch, and so we could touch our fingerprint on the watch to open our phone, just something that involves fingerprints. It's far more convenient.
Yeah, or even something that you could put on the screen that wasn't a PIN code. It was just a swipe. Android always was much better at ways of getting into your phone that wasn't like a 1982 PIN code type access. So that you would have thought for a business like Apple, which is security and privacy first, it could have come up with a better, more secure way of doing it than this. Maybe the teddy bear video will embarrass them into that.